Hey everybody, and thank you for joining us. This will be episode 4 of the Savannah River Fisherman Video Podcast. And if you have fished tournaments, especially on Lake Hartwell, any time in recent years, you're going to know the gentleman that's our guest. We've got David Stout with us today, and thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for letting us come over here, Cliff. I really, you don't know what it means just to be invited to something like that.
Well, we're just going to have a good time. Like I said before, we're all in this together, so anything we can do to help each other, that's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
You're basically the tournament director for all the Five Alive tournaments, right? That are out of Green Pond on Lake Hartwell.
I am.
And I know there's a great path to the Bassmasters and stuff. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, we're a Bassmaster team trail. First 2 years we done Five Alive. We done through MBAA.
Okay.
A lot of people have never heard of that. It's an organization out of Oklahoma. Their championship is always way out west, so nobody here wants to go.
Yeah.
And we get 6 or 8 boats. Like to never hit 20 boats.
Wow.
So we done that for 2 years. Third year we went to Bassmaster on team championship. First tournament, it was just Melanie and myself.
Yeah.
First tournament, Brody Manley came up to me. He said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, I'm boat." Seemed like he was boat 48 or 49.
Yeah.
And he said, "They're lined up to the highway, and this is a Brawls, but I'm Brawls."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, we're going to do best we can, yeah." And we had, I think, 90-some boats, right? 90 boats.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And the Bassmaster deal, it's a real deal. You can qualify through our trail to go to the Bassmaster Team Championship.
Okay.
If you go and you win that, it's a 4-day event.
Yeah.
If you win it, you go to the Bassmaster Classic.
Wow.
And Colin Smith done that through our trail 2 years ago
I'll be darned.
when it was in Knoxville.
Well, I fished a couple of them. I mean, I enjoy it. They're really well run. And,
Well, I appreciate that.
And one of the things I know a lot of people don't know is what it takes to get up to tournament day. Because I know you do Five Alive, but I know I've also seen you being tournament director for some. I guess you kind of help out other folks from time to time.
I do.
But I would have no idea what to do to give us an idea of what it takes to get to that point.
We on tournament day, we're usually at the ramp between 4 and 4:30.
Okay.
We'll get the trailer set up for registration, which is not a big deal. Now, before we had a trailer, it was, but now you open the window and put a speaker out, and we're pretty much ready. They start rolling in usually about 5 a.m. The anglers do.
Yeah.
We get them all signed up, then we got to do the blast off. Now before blast off, since we do our tournaments on Sunday, we do a little church service, a worship service by the fire pit. Hunter Bond does that, and he does a wonderful job.
Yeah, I've been to a few of them. So.
Yeah, he does great. We do that, then we get them all blasted off. After blast off, Melanie and I pull the trailer around to the theater part of Green Pond and start setting up. And we usually don't get all the way set up till around 1 o'clock.
Really? Wow.
And then they start coming in at 3 to weigh in.
Yeah.
Usually about 2:30.
Yeah.
They'll start trickling in, but weigh-in starts at 3. We get them all weighed in, then we got to pack everything up and go home, and that's the hard part because you're tired.
Yeah, I know that's got to be a really long day.
It is.
It
is.
What do y'all do? I know, and I don't know how you do it, but you've got tanks with water. Do you run that from the lake, or you got?
We do. We've got a gasoline pump.
Okay.
We take down on the dock. We fill 5 tanks up. Two of them are a new addition we put in since you fished with us.
Okay.
But we fill all our tanks up. We pump the water out of the lake, and that's probably the hardest part of setting up.
Really?
Is that big fire hose, rolling it up, get it all out, and then roll it back up.
Was it like the 2-inch fire hose thing?
Yeah, yes,
all right. Yeah.
But fill our tanks with that. We got they're all aerated tanks. We treat them with five live well treatment.
Okay.
So water's treated in it, and it works out real well.
Okay.
Real well.
Do you ever have a chance to fish tournaments now?
I do. I fished Lake Guntersville just 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah?
I don't much, but
I've never fished Guntersville. I'd love to do that.
It's a great lake.
Yeah.
It's good right now too.
Yeah, I bet so. Yeah, there you go.
But
all right. Well, I know a lot of people struggle this time of year keeping fish alive.
They do.
When they're in the live well.
Yes, sir.
What's some of the things you can recommend to us?
Best thing to do is the ideal thing is to keep your live well water temperature down within 5 degrees of lake water. That's hard to do, but you put ice in it in the morning. A lot of people, if you got 2 live wells, not one with holes in the middle,
Right, yeah, 2 separate ones.
they'll put ice in one, water in the other.
Huh,
And they'll
okay.
regulate it that way. But you put ice in your live well in the mornings, and a lot of people freeze like Coca-Cola bottles or something.
Yeah, okay.
And they'll thaw out just enough to keep that water cool.
All right.
But what you do is you get your water cool with lake water, pour your live well treatment in, and just run recirc all day. Never pump fresh water back in. Because when you do, you're pumping all that good water out.
I've never even thought about that. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think
Okay.
about it, and
I bet that does make a big difference.
water temperature and the treatment, and
Yeah.
they'll stay alive.
So I know y'all do both a fall and a spring.
We do a spring trail, a fall trail, and an elite trail. We do
Okay.
3 trails a year.
Okay. When is the elite trail? When do you generally do that?
The elite is all year long. We'll usually do like
Okay.
3 in the spring, 2 in the fall.
Okay.
And our championships in the fall.
Okay.
Now the fall trail this year, we're going to do a little different. We're not going through Bassmaster on it.
Okay.
But we're going to try like a couples tournament. It's going to be, it can either be male, female, or adult youth
Okay.
to fish it.
Where's the cutoff on youth? I asked that because I got a nephew in high school
15
that
or
loves. Okay. I don't know if he's 15 or not.
Yeah.
He might. Okay.
15 or younger.
All right.
We're going to try that. We're going to try a solo tournament.
Okay.
Person per boat.
I'll fish. I fish by myself most of the time.
I'd rather fish by myself.
Well, I would too. I got some issues with hips and stuff. That I'm not really stable in a boat, so I kind of I go out by myself so I can sit and fish and not have to worry about most of the time. So
These are
solo
things
trying to be right
people
up my
have
alley.
brought up to us in the past, and we kind of wanted to try and never had the opportunity, so we thought, well, let's take this fall and try.
Yeah.
And if it works out, we'll do a couples trail or a
Oh, okay.
a
Yeah,
solo
yeah.
trail or
Yeah.
whatever.
Huh, all right.
And the solo trail couldn't go through Bassmaster because it's a team trail.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But the other could, the couples could.
You ever do anything not on Hartwell or not on Green Pond or?
We do. We've gone to Alabama. We've done a spring trail on Neely Henry
Okay.
and a fall on Wise.
Okay.
Was that 3 years ago, I guess? Something like that.
Okay.
And we're thinking about next year doing a trail down on Eufaula.
Ah,
And
it's another lake I've never been on.
you hadn't? It's another good lake.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. I kind of took a section in the middle of my life off from bass fishing, and so I'm just I hadn't been back going at it now for about 3 years, and so I got to catch up on all this
Yeah,
stuff that
well,
I
you're
haven't
doing
done.
good.
I'm working. I'm doing the best I can.
But we're going to try these other places, other formats.
Yeah.
See how they go. If they go good, we'll continue. If not,
Is
we try.
Five Alive just a here trail, or are there other Five
No,
Alives?
it's just here. It's
Okay.
I make a 5 Alive live well treatment,
Okay.
kind of like G-Juice,
All right.
and that's how we got the name 5 Alive for the treatment.
Okay.
And
So can I like if I want some G juice, can I buy it online? Do you ship
Yes,
it
sir.
out?
Yes, sir.
Where
We
would
ship
I go
it.
to get it?
just David Stout Outdoors on Facebook. Shoot me a message.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll get it to you. We getting ready to put it in some local stores. I used to have it in a fishing hole when
Okay.
they were in Seneca.
Yeah.
Then they
With Gerald?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gerald and our buddies.
And but right now I don't have it in any stores around here.
Okay.
But we're getting ready to
Okay.
really market it hard.
Do you pre-register for like the fall and the spring 5 Alive Trail or the Elite? You pre-register those online as well?
You can.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Same way, just reach out to you.
5liveteamtrail.com.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or send me a message.
Reach out to you.
We'll
Okay.
get you signed up.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So tell me a story. Tell me a story about one of your tournaments. There's got to be one great story somewhere from something.
Story about a tournament. Well, I guess the funnest tournament we ever done was we hosted the Matt Robertson Onum tournament
I saw that. I didn't get to fish it, but I saw that.
last December, and that
Okay.
was a blast. It was cold. It was probably the coldest day of the year.
Oh,
It
yeah?
had to be. And we had Matt called me and wanted to know if we would host this
Yeah.
tournament for him. I think he said for 75 boats. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's not bad. We can do that.
That was way more, I know that was way more than that.
Well, see, I thought he was doing like this little personal invitation deal for his buddies or sponsors or whatever.
Right.
And I said, yeah, we can do that. Ain't no problem. No problem at all. Well, he called me back a few days later. He said, how you going to do registration? I said, how am I going to do registration? Yeah, we didn't talk about that part. But Matt is great.
Okay,
He is a great guy.
Yeah.
So I told him we'd do everything. All he had to do is show up.
Yeah.
And so we started registration. All they had is free, no entry fee tournament. All they had to do was email me their name and their partner name and phone numbers.
Wow.
Well, I called him a few days into it, and I said, Matt, we're going to have to cut this thing off somewhere.
Yeah.
He said, what do you mean? I said, well, we're up to I think Ben is 150 boats. He said, what? Ain't no way. I said, yeah.
I'll be.
Well, every couple hours, I was like 175, 200.
Yeah.
And he's like, you got to be kidding. I said, well, we got to cut it off at 250. Got to.
Yeah.
He said, why? That's what's going to be dark. No lights or green.
Yeah.
So we cut it off at 250, and it filled up in a hurry.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, everything went so smooth. I mean, I think everybody there had a great time. It was.
That's awesome.
And it's funny now. We saw just the other day on Louisiana Law or one of them game warden shows.
Yeah, right.
A guy had an Onum hat.
Yeah.
I bet 99% of the Onum hats were sold for that time.
Yeah, I bet so. So what time of year gets the best weights?
Best weights are definitely like March, April, when they're on the bed.
What does it take to win in that time?
22, 23 pounds. And then the fall weights are big too.
Okay.
It's year round here except for postpone, hot water postpone a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But other than that, year round, it's a 20-pound bag. Just about.
Awesome.
But it's never over like 25.
Yeah.
It's always.
Yeah. Like I said, I fished tournaments for a while and then quit for a while and started again. I'm yet to weigh in a 20-pound bag. My goal one of these days is to weigh in a 20-pound bag, and I'll be happy.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, man, it's been good. I appreciate you coming and talking. I just love
learning about it. I appreciate the opportunity. I really do.
There was something that I wanted to ask you. So what does it take? I know you have to go through, when you do Green Pond, you have to go through Anderson Parks and Recreation, or what do you do to do that?
For permit?
Yeah, for permit or licenses or whatever it takes.
What we have to do, any tournament out of Green Pond now is required to have insurance,
Okay.
100,000 liability insurance,
All right.
and a fish care program for the trail.
Okay.
Luckily, we had that.
Yeah, okay, you already had that. Yeah.
But and then you have to have a permit from the Corps.
Right. Is that hard to get?
No, it's not. It's not. You just got to apply at the Corps. They had to approve it.
Okay.
And now you're required a DNR permit as well. A lot of people don't know that.
I've not heard that.
And it's a free permit. You do it online. It's real easy.
Okay.
But you're supposed to do it 30 days before your tournament.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're doing that to stop these tournaments from just popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Or they say it's so DNR will know where the crowds are going to be on the lake that day.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, I do that Savannah River Fisherman website, and there's always, and so I try and keep track. I'm in all the groups for the different lakes.
Right.
And there is always, like on Monday or Tuesday, somebody's announcing a tournament for that weekend. I mean, that happens all the time.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
And but Corps of Engineers is working right now on the permitting process.
Okay.
And they're trying to get it where you have to have fish care.
As part
some
of
type of fish care to get a permit.
Excellent.
And I think they should. It's not good to sell them dead fish.
You're right. You're right.
And then with forward-facing sonar out.
Yeah. Oh.
We got to take care of these fish.
Absolutely. And Hartwell gets a lot of pressure. I mean, it's a big lake.
Yeah.
And it can take
gets a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but it gets. I mean, these high school tournaments that come in, these 300 and 400.
I helped work that 450 boat tournament a few weeks ago, high school.
Yeah.
And what Anderson County did, they bought the 5-light treatment from me.
Okay.
They bought fizzing needles.
Excellent.
They made a little packet that had instructions on how to fizz fish,
right.
how to treat your live well properly.
Okay.
And then another car that had all the Mercy contacts and like boat dealers, tackle
slick.
shops.
Yeah. Okay.
For all these people from out of town.
That's great.
And it worked out great. And they had Anderson County bought 2,800 bags of ice for that tournament.
Wow.
They had a big one of the big ice trucks there the whole weekend.
I guess they just brought the tractor trailer in. I guess they kind of had to. Yeah.
They sure did.
Wow. Awesome.
And,
but it's good that they would do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
Well, there's very few fish lost that weekend.
Yeah.
But a lot of these people that get onto the county for doing these big tournaments, they don't realize what all they do.
Yeah.
Because if they have a bunch of dead fish, it makes the county look bad.
Yeah. Well,
the neighbors complain.
It's on my to-do list to try and get somebody from there, maybe Neil or somebody, to come do one of these one time and talk about the stuff that they do, just to let people know what they do. So.
Yeah, I'm sure Neil or Matt, either one, would probably love to, or both of them.
Yeah. Excellent. All right, man. Well, I really appreciate you coming. You know, I mean, it's good stuff, really good stuff.
We missed you this spring.
Well, I'm hoping to get the fall though. I'm geared up for the fall. I think I'm gonna be able to make it. I got some stuff going on that I've been trying to get settled out to be able to, but I think I'm about there. So I'm looking forward to it. So, like I said, that kind of wraps up episode 4 for us. The 4 things I always want to remind you is please follow our Facebook page, Savannah River Fisherman Facebook page. Subscribe to the Savannah River Fisherman YouTube channel. That's where all these live. And they're going to stay there, so you can go back and look at one if it strikes you to go check out something that you remember seeing and want to see it again. Go to the website frequently, SavannahRiverFisherman.com. I try and keep that current with all of the tournaments that are coming on all the lakes from Jocassee, Kiwi, Hartwell, Russell, Clarks Hill, and even the river itself. So if you're looking for what's going on, it's probably not 100% accurate, but I'm trying to get it that way. So check it out when you get a chance. So.
That's an awesome thing you do too.
Oh, thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Well, you know, I've built websites all my life, and so it just kind of made sense to try and do something like that. You know, so trying to take care of it. But anyway, appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the water.